Hello everybody and welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. I'm Jason bringing you today's video. This fuzzy one down here is Freya. She may make an appearance. She's halfway crazy right now. It's okay, she's 3/4 of the way crazy right now. And today I wanted to talk about an author. I do believe I have talked about him in the past. As always guys, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. We're a small family channel. We just like to bring you guys books and things to read, talk about books, and we think more people should be out there reading just for fun. So please hit those like and subscribe buttons. We'd really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to us to have that support. And I want to talk about William W. Johnstone, and I want to talk about his book, Last of the Dog Team. And as always, I'm going to talk about it in 4 sections. So the world itself is, thanks. The world itself is our world. It's our world, but go back a little bit. Go back 80s, 90s. It starts out far, far earlier than that. But for the most part, we're talking 70s, 80s, 90s as far as most of the action goes. Johnstone was an author, a few decades back, which is another reason I want to bring him out to you guys, because some of you guys just may not even been born yet when he was writing. So, yeah, a few decades back. And the main character's name is Terry Kovacs. Kovacs, and he's your small town boy. He's your small town, just your small town. I won't call him a farm boy, but he's just your small town, lower middle class kid, just small town kid. It's got his issues. Definitely got some personal and personality issues. Of course, you could do a nice deep psychological dive into it, but it's kind of pointless. In a lot of ways, this is almost a slice of life book, but a slice of life book in an odd manner. So, going into the plot, and in this one, I'm going to kind of blend the final 2 categories between the plot and the writing style. So, those of you guys that have read him before already know, but for the rest of you guys, William W. Johnstone, he's basically your pulp thriller action type author, kind of in the vein of like your Matt Bolins and stuff like that from back in the day. There used to be real big, men's adventure series, The Destroyer, Remo Williams, which actually became a movie. And William W. Johnstone tends to write in that style. His genre's all over the place. He's got an absolutely fantastic Western series, a couple of them, absolutely fantastic post-apocalyptic military series, a great horror series, and this is a standalone book. He did eventually have a sequel to it, but for the most part this is a standalone book. So Last of the Dog Team, Terry Kovacs, again your small town boy, gets himself into a lot of trouble as a kid. He's definitely you could almost say a troubled teen or a wild child, different than everybody else, and most of us can certainly appreciate that or sympathize at least. So Kovacs, he ends up joining the military for various reasons. Again, gets himself into trouble, actually kills somebody, gets himself into some trouble, so he joins the military where he thrives. The military life is his life. And that's where the book really starts to take off. Now, Johnstone likes to talk about, basically super soldiers in a way. I mean, we're not talking Captain America level, but, your elite best of the best of the best characters. I mean, in Last of the Dog Team, in his Western series, you're talking, basically plot armored, impossible to defeat character. Same thing in his horror series. And that Kovacs is an elite soldier. Eventually, of course, goes special forces. Of course, goes airborne. Eventually, goes special forces, and he ends up being part of a secret, I don't want to say organization, a secret team within the military. They call it the Dog Teams, hence the name of the book, Last of the Dog Team, called the Dog Teams. They were basically assassins. However, they they weren't foreign national assassins. So this would definitely be illegal across all kinds of lines. Posse Comitatus Act for one, because he was an actual soldier operating on U.S. soil, but he was an assassin. He was an assassin for the government, for the military primarily. His orders weren't coming from the White House. So the Dog Teams were assassins. And as the book progresses, the Dog Teams get outed. Some people go to jail, some people die. Other Dog Team members turn traitor. He tries to leave the military, doesn't go very well for him, gets himself into trouble, hurts somebody, kills somebody possibly, goes back into the military, continues on with his life, eventually tries to leave the military again, falls in love, gets married, that goes south, of course. Eventually, he ends up working for a little while as a mercenary. Again, tries to come back to the United States, tries to have a normal life, but it's just not working. And some of us can certainly sympathize with that. There's definitely, again, we're not going to do a big, deep psychological dive into Terry Kovacs and what William W. Johnstone wrote here, but he's definitely not normal up in his head. I'm not saying he's crazy or a sociopath or psychopath or anything along those lines, but we're more talking, neurodivergent. He just doesn't fit in with normal society. He just doesn't understand people. He doesn't know how to blend in with people, and it causes him issues. So again, he ends up working as a mercenary, and again, like I said, this is kind of more of a slice of life novel. Typically, Johnstone's books definitely have a plot, an overarching, a bad guy, and the usual prologue, and the book kind of goes up and down and then up, and then the final battle. Last of the Dog Team really doesn't. It's got its ups and downs, absolutely, but there is no big bad. There is no evil plot or overarching villain, and yet this of his books is probably in my top 10. This is just a fascinating read. It's all kinds of fun, a ton of fun, and again, slice of life, pretty interesting. He does end up touching upon the Terry Kovacs character in further books later on, more of like a side mention kind of thing. But if you haven't read William W. Johnstone before, and you're just looking for a quick, easy, fun read, entertaining read, something to kill a few hours and just have fun, disengage your brain, have a good time. It's like the equivalent of watching, I was going to say one of the Rambo movies, except that David Morrell is actually the one who wrote First Blood, and it is an awesome book, and he's a fantastic author as well. But it's like you're reading one of Johnstone's books, especially Last of the Dog Team. It's like just watching a pulp action movie that you just throw on for an hour and a half to kill some time. So after you hit the like and subscribe buttons, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, go check out William W. Johnstone. And The Last of the Dog Team it's just a great intro. It's just a great way to introduce yourself to William W. Johnstone and his books. If you like thrillers, if you like action, if you like military stuff like that, if you like westerns, there's other ways to go. And we'll talk about that in future episodes. Thank you everybody for watching. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Freya does as well, though she's just over there sleeping. She looked at me when I said her name. I see you there, Fuzzy. And we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.